Hi guys. Firstly, Happy New Year. I really hope that you guys are doing well and that January is already treating you better than any of 2020 did. For me, I know it's been actually really great, so I hope it's been good for you. As you can see from the title, I've decided to do one huge thing this year. If nothing else happens, if none of my other goals can come true or be achieved because of the current global pandemic, which I know has interfered with a lot of our goals and a lot of what we wanted to do last year, at least this one thing I can do, and I know 100% I can do it, and no one can stop me. No pandemic can stop me. So I have decided in 2021 I want to convert to being fully vegan, and I'm aware of what that means. I'm aware that fully vegan is different to plant-based, but I want to go fully vegan, and I'm going to explain why I want to do this, and I'm going to explain to you my journey so far of how I've eaten, my diet, what I've avoided in the past and for what reasons. And I'm really excited about this. I'm genuinely so excited about this, and I'm very excited to share it with you as well. For whoever cares, whoever wants to be around to follow this journey, I will be converting slowly but surely. I mean, I'm already fully plant-based, but turning fully vegan means eliminating cosmetics that have animal products in them, and obviously that are anti-cruelty free. All of those need to go as well. It's kind of a long process to be able to call yourself a full vegan. There's a lot more to it than saying I eat plants, so bear with me. So I'm just gonna start by firstly taking a little coffee, because I feel like this might be a bit of a chat. If you are sticking around and want to hear what I have to say, then get yourself a little drink. Let's have a chat. And let me tell you why I've decided to do this. And let me first tell you about my journey already with kind of converting already. So about 5 years ago, I stopped eating animal meat. Selfishly, it was only because of me and my health and the way I felt. I will be completely honest by saying that I was very naive to the meat industry and agriculture and all of that. I really didn't think about it, know much about it, or honestly, as bad as this is gonna sound admitting it, I didn't care that much. I would hear it, I would see something, and I'd go, oh, that's really disgusting, that's so sad, and I would continue eating meat. I was very unaware, I really was. And I'm not saying that age is you can be young and care. I mean, I've seen videos of literally toddlers saying they don't want to eat an animal because it's an animal and we should love animals and animals have feelings and we should care for them and not eat them. So, age really doesn't play in this, but tradition does, and bringing up does. If you are brought up in a way where your family eats a lot of meat, a lot of seafood, on holidays and things like this, there's always meat involved. It becomes a tradition, it becomes a routine, and it becomes part of your life, and it's something you are used to doing. So you don't really think twice that, oh, you're actually murdering something. It's not a thing you think about on a daily basis. But I stopped meat because I actually kept getting food poisoning from chicken. Now, chicken was my favorite meal. I will tell you, I remember telling my mom specifically, I could never live without chicken nuggets. I was obsessed with chicken nuggets. Also schnitzel. Schnitzel was like my favorite thing. It's usually from pork, but I was really into the chicken schnitzel. I didn't really eat pork, to be honest. Pork was never really a thing. My family generally doesn't eat pork or didn't eat pork. My parents stopped cooking and buying pork before we were born, So pork was never a thing really in my life. Maybe I ate it a few times at friends' houses or at events or something where it was the only option. I don't remember, but I just know I didn't really like the taste. Beef, I would say I was not much of a beef eater. Generally, things coming from cows, I am kind of grossed out by because of the taste and the smell. It reminds me too much of a cow and it just makes me feel sick. I don't know, it's just a me thing. I ate lamb occasionally, which was okay, but again, that was very lamby, you could really taste the lamb. And chicken. Chicken was the one. I honestly ate chicken a lot until I started getting food poisoning from it very often. So I got it once in this burger joint in London called Byron Burger. Got it there from a chicken burger. Then I got it at Nando's once from a butterfly chicken. And then I got it once from a Caesar salad from, I think we just bought the chicken from the supermarket. And also I have emetophobia, which if you don't know what it is, it's the fear of vomiting. So that and food poisoning, it's a scary thing. Excuse the lighting, by the way, it will keep changing. I don't have any unnatural light like studio lights. I'm just using natural lighting, and it's just a very unpredictable day. Got food poisoning too often, to the point where I adapted this fear of eating meat. I was honestly afraid. Every time I ate a piece of meat, I would start counting down the hours of when I could potentially get sick from it. And it would honestly play on my mind, on my anxiety, and I was terrified of eating meat. But I kept eating it because it was always there, you know? It was always cooked at home, it was always at school, it was always around me. People ate it, I ate it. It felt like a normal thing to do. So then at one point I had a study abroad period for university, and I went to Australia for 6 months. And while I was there, I was living in like the suburbs. So it wasn't like London where I could literally go out and get a takeaway or order something. And you know what I mean? It wasn't accessibly easy for already made food. So I had to start cooking on my own. And because I had this huge fear, I was like, I cannot cook a chicken on my own. I am so afraid that I'm not gonna cook it right, or something's gonna happen and I'm gonna get sick. And I honestly was freaked out. So I decided I was just not gonna eat meat for 6 months. The only thing I ate occasionally was like steak pies, which sounds, can't believe I ate that, but it is actually a traditional Australian thing, is steak pies. And honestly, they're pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. But that's the only thing I really ate from the meat-wise section, but I ate a lot of fish. So I honestly converted to frozen salmon. That was what I lived on, and obviously other things, but from kind of like animal, fish, marine produce, that's what I ate. With fish, I wasn't scared because like it was frozen, you just pop it in the oven for like 20 minutes and like it's cooked, and like it says it on the back. It's not like you buy it raw and you have to deal with it. And touching raw meat is something I've always been freaked out from, and that's because of food poisoning and my fear of it. So anyway, I stopped eating meat for around 6 months in Australia, and then I came back to London after my study abroad. And then I think that's when I got the food poisoning from Nando's when I came back to London that time, and that confirmed it for me. I was like, nah, I'm not doing it anymore. It was just too much anxiety for me to handle on an every other day basis, and I decided to cut it out completely. Like I said though, I continued eating fish, and because my whole family really, we eat a lot of seafood, and when we go on holidays to the seaside and stuff, we always get fresh fish, and it's such a thing. So I continued eating seafood for a while. Like I said, I was doing this for my health, like for me, so that I didn't have anxiety and my mental health was better. I didn't think about the animals. I didn't think what I was actually doing was benefiting animals as well. And after a while, I started to find it really disgusting. I couldn't imagine myself going back to it. Thinking about eating a real life animal like sickened me, but I continued eating fish because in my head, I just felt like that's not that bad. Like fish is fish. Fish don't have brains. Like it's fine. They don't care. I don't know. I was very naive, and this is something I'm happy to admit because I have learned a lot from that. The dairy I cut out when I got really severe acne a few years ago, maybe like 2 years ago now. I would say I've stopped every other type of dairy. The only thing I eat is eggs. I stopped it for the purposes of seeing if it would better my acne, and it turns out it was very unrelated to my acne, but I'm glad I cut it out, and honestly it was very easy. I've never been a huge fan of cheese. I'm not a huge fan of milk. Like I told you, I don't like anything that tastes like a cow, and to me milk tastes like a literal cow. I feel like I am sucking the cow's nipple. Too much, but that's how it tastes to me, like a cow. There is a saying that says if you want to drink milk and you want it to be good for your health, then you must be a baby cow, because they are only made for baby cows. Cow milk is for baby cows, and I'm not a baby cow, and I don't think you are either. Okay, I had to adjust the ISO a little bit because it is getting super dark in here. Maybe it needs to be even brighter, I'm not actually sure. So that's when I cut out complete dairy, and I was only on eggs and fish. And obviously like plants. I always thought to myself, eggs and dairy cannot be that bad for the animal, you know, they don't die in the end, so it's fine. I'm so wrong about that, and I cannot believe how wrong I am about that. I have studied, researched so much in the last 2 weeks. It's definitely not enough. I still don't know a lot, but in the last 2 weeks, I actually bought this book here called Becoming Vegan, which is a very comprehensive and thick book, but it is going to teach me a lot about how to convert properly, how to do this safely, and I really want to be educated on everything before I start sharing more info with you. In the first chapter, it talks all about agriculture and basically animal cruelty and how factory farms work, how marine or fish farms work, and honestly, I did not know that actually breeding hens for eggs and cows for milk is worse actually than the entire meat industry. So that for me was an absolute shocker the info in here is devastating, but it's reality. A lot of people will shy away from it and say they don't want to see it, they don't want to be exposed to this kind of information, they don't want to hear about it. But that is reality, and that is what's affecting our planet collectively. Not just you as a person, not just the animal, the entire planet collectively is being affected because of agriculture. And that is something that a lot of us are not aware of. We are naive about it. Like me, for example, a few years, even 2 weeks ago, I was not aware of it as I am right now. This is just something that I would love to educate myself on more and more, and hopefully educate you guys, or at least share inspo, or even if you already know, which you probably do, I feel like a lot of people already know. I just want to build here a community that we can help each other understand what is actually going on, but not in a way that's preachy or annoying. You know, I'm not gonna sit here in the first video and be like, here's a fact, I'm gonna give you facts about why you should be vegan, stop killing animals. Like, no, I'm not gonna be that annoying person, because firstly, I think that's not effective. I don't see that as a positive way to try and convert someone. Also, I do believe that everyone is different, and everyone has a different journey and a different time frame of how they will process information and how they will convert. Like I said, I haven't eaten animal meat in 5 years, but I still ate fish and I still ate eggs. And honestly, I firstly wasn't aware of how bad that was. Secondly, I was mainly just being selfish and focusing on my health only, which honestly is fine. I think everyone has a different reason why they go vegan, and honestly, any reason is fine for me. I think as long as you're working towards bettering yourself and animals and the planet, then we're all good, you know? It doesn't matter why you're doing it, as long as you're doing something about it. So that's pretty much all I want to say in today's video, because again, I don't want to make it 100 years long. It is only the first video, and there's so much more I want to talk about. I will be educating myself also on recipes and what you need to eat, how you should eat it, facts about basically the industry as well, because I want you guys to know. I want to learn, because I think the more you learn and see the reality, the more motivated you become to change something, to do something, to make it better. Even if it's literally just cutting to eating meat once a week or once every 2 weeks, whatever you can do to just help a little bit. That's all it is helping a little bit. And with time, you will get used to a different life, a different routine, and also your health will improve so much. Your skin, your nails, your hair, like it will show. We will talk about all this in different video because too much information in one, but I'm so excited to be going on this journey this year, and I really hope you're gonna be there with me. Subscribe if you haven't already to keep tuned. I will be posting videos. I will not have a specific schedule on days yet because I'm still trying to get used to what I'm gonna be doing, how I'm gonna be doing it. So just keep an eye out for my videos. Maybe turn the notifications on so that you are aware of when I post, or just, I don't know, stay tuned, you know. I'll also be mentioning a lot of things on my Instagram. I also cook a lot there, and I'm gonna be sharing a lot of recipes on there, and just generally a bunch of stuff. So if you are interested and wanna be more up to date regularly, like daily, then you can follow me, Olivera Darko. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much. If you're still watching here, thank you. God bless you that you actually are paying attention and supporting me and caring, and I genuinely appreciate you so much for that. We will also be going on a working out journey, so if you're interested in also getting fit this year for your mental health as well, like I cannot tell you how much better I already feel mid-January, and my mindset has absolutely changed, and that is due to me taking care of my body, what I eat, what I think, how I move, you know? Like I've started moving and exercising daily, and I feel phenomenal, and I'd love for you to feel like this too if you don't already. So honestly, come join me. I promise you it will be so worth it, and at the end of this year we'll be looking back thinking I'm so glad I fucking started all this. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up. I'll see you guys in my next video. I love you all very much. Thank you for still being here. If you are incredible, and you mean the world to me. See you next time. Bye.